Today we're going to start thinking about verbs, and we're going to start thinking about verbs with two verb types, action verbs and linking verbs. Action verbs, these express either physical or mental activity. Some examples: physical, jump, run, hide, fly, of course read and write. Those are all physical activities, and verbs help to show them. Mental activities, some examples: trust, evaluate, guess, think, consider. So let's go through our two example sentences. And as we go through them, I'll also review some of the parts of speech we've already gone over. Let's start, since we're thinking about verbs, let's start with the verb in the sentence. We drove to the store. We drove to the store. So our verb, of course, is drove. And it's an action verb, right, that's showing a physical activity. Other words in the sentence, the parts of speech for them. We, of course, is a pronoun, first person, personal, plural pronoun. Store, common noun, also concrete, right? And then the is an adjective. And remember, we've talked about it as a definite article. Now, to, we haven't talked about this word form yet, but later on, you're going to see that here, at least, to is working as a preposition. It doesn't always work as a preposition, but that is what it's doing here, right? And in fact, we have then a prepositional phrase, to the store. Our next sentence, the little girl wanted the truck. So wanted is our action verb. And of course, it's showing, in this case, a mental activity, right? It's not something that you can see. It's happening in the mind. And just to review some of the parts of speech for the other words, girl, of course, is a noun. We have two adjectives that help to describe that noun, little and the. And on the other side of the sentence, we have our noun truck and the adjective the, or article. Next, we're going to discuss linking verbs. And that's the purpose of the linking verb, is to link things together. So the action verbs, of course, is showing some action, either physical or mental. The linking verb is quite different. It's really different. It's showing the relationship of words in a sentence by connecting them. Right? So they connect the subject to a word or group that identifies or describes the subject. To see when a linking verb is a linking verb, right, first you want to recognize what kinds of words fill that function. So is, was, are, were, these are forms of the verb to be. Those forms of the verb to be, is, was, are, were in particular, often, not always, but often are working as a linking verb, connecting a subject to an adjective describing it. Other words that work as linking verbs: appear, feel, seem, taste, turn, and grow. These all can work as a linking verb. And the idea of a linking verb is to connect. It's to link, right? As its name suggests. Let's take a look at our 3 example sentences. His mother felt calm by the sea. Let's talk about that sentence. Felt. This is our linking verb. Okay? So if it's linking something, we should be able to identify the 2 items being linked. Let's start with the noun being described, which is mother. All right? So the linking verb is going to connect that noun to an adjective in this case. And the adjective is calm. So calm is working to describe mother. Right? And it gets connected to mother through this linking verb, felt. In our next sentence, the flower is red. We see something similar happening, right? We should, if we're thinking about linking verbs. Our linking verb in this case is that form of to be is. And again, we want to think about, well, what gets connected? And here it's fairly obvious. At least I hope you see it as something that's obvious. Flower, of course, is our noun. And what information gets connected to it through that linking verb? It's red. There it is. What color is that flower? The flower is red. All right, so that linking verb connects red to flower. In our final example, hopefully not too downer of an example, the puppy is bored. The puppy is bored. And now the pattern should be clear. Here's that is. And what is it doing? Is helping to connect this noun puppy to an adjective that describes it. In this case, bored. It helps to develop that relationship between the noun in this case and an adjective that gives us that additional information about it.